Number 50, Vatican City. Vatican City is the smallest country on Earth, entirely encompassed within the city of Rome. Unless you are a member of the Swiss Guard, Vatican staff, or a Catholic clergy member, you are not even allowed to reside here, even if you are a devout believer. Why would you come to visit this city? It's so crowded that the only thing you truly see is people and more people, all constantly snapping photos on their phones. Landmarks like the Sistine Chapel and St. Peter's Basilica are undoubtedly impressive, but the overcrowding makes the experience quite unpleasant. Number 49, Ukraine. Ukraine is the second largest country in Europe and ranks second for government corruption. Despite its friendly people, it is the poorest country in Europe, with a GDP per capita lower than Iraq at 5,200 USD. The ongoing conflict with Russia has rendered many areas of the country unsafe, with over 10,000 Ukrainian civilians killed in less than 2 years. Number 48, Belarus. Has anyone here ever been to Belarus or heard about this country? Please comment below. Truth be told, Belarus is considered the last true dictatorship in Europe. The president of Belarus has held power for 30 years and frequently issues laws serving only himself, or lacking serious human rights. If you visit here, you may be arrested and subjected to torture for dissenting or criticizing the government's conduct in Belarus. Russian is the official language. Number 47, Russia. There's no mystery in ranking Russia at number 47. Setting aside global conflicts, we must acknowledge that Russia's European cities have their own allure. Moscow and St. Petersburg boast numerous historical and cultural attractions, but political tension and harsh weather make this country quite uncomfortable for tourists. Number 46, Monaco. The country of Monaco in Europe is so small it's absurd. With an area of 198 square kilometers, it's nearly equivalent to the size of Central Park in New York City. Can you believe that? Furthermore, despite its tiny size, it's home to many wealthy individuals, with 32% of the population being millionaires. The place often hosts high-profile events like the Monaco Yacht Show, which are essentially inaccessible to those in the lower class. Number 45, Moldova. Have you ever heard of the country Moldova? Feel free to share your thoughts if you know anything about this nation. Moldova is the least visited country in Europe and the least developed, with the lowest life expectancy. It has the second lowest GDP per capita in Europe, and virtually no infrastructure exists outside the capital, Chisinau, which is often rated as the worst and most boring in Europe. Additionally, Moldova harbors a corrupt government with high levels of organized crime, and Moldovans are ranked as some of the unhappiest people on earth. Number 44, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina had to endure many difficulties after the dissolution of Yugoslavia in 1991. More than 100,000 Bosnians were killed, and 2 million people were displaced during this period. The wars left behind consequences such as the worst pollution in Europe, hundreds of buildings completely destroyed, extreme poverty, and residents suffering from PTSD. Today, it is one of the worst countries in Europe. Number 43, Kosovo. This is the second poorest country in Europe, with a dismal economy and the highest unemployment rate at 20.6%. However, because Kosovars receive a lot of money from family members who have migrated to wealthier countries, the average quality of life and life expectancy are not as dire. Number 42, Iran. You may be wondering if this country should be in Asia, right? Indeed, most of it is, but 7,000 square kilometers of it is in Europe. In fact, its borders are mainly political and speak to politics. Iran has excessively authoritarian elections, and the people are not free. Political opponents are often imprisoned, and a president and his descendants have held absolute control over the country for 30 years. However, due to its massive oil reserves, the economy is relatively stable. Number 41, San Marino. If you think San Marino is a small city in Southern California with luxurious real estate and constant sunshine, you're correct. But there's another San Marino, a European country nestled within the Italian peninsula, with an area only half the size of San Francisco. This country once claimed to have more cars than people, largely due to being a tax haven. Additionally, it is very ancient, existing since 301 AD. It is the oldest republic on Earth. Furthermore, there's not much else to say about this country. Have you ever visited this special country? Leave a comment below. Number 40, North Macedonia. This country had to rebrand following numerous disputes with Greece over the name Macedonia and its lengthy former name. It was then renamed North Macedonia in 2019. The only thing North Macedonia leads the continent in is the unemployment rate. Among many lingering issues, corruption is a persistent problem here, and it's one of the most polluted countries in Europe. Number 39, Albania. Do you find the image of Albania very beautiful? Please share your thoughts below. While it may be one of the most beautiful European countries, it's not a great place to live considering their tumultuous history. It's quite miraculous that Albania managed to recover after enduring one of the poorest communist regimes for half a century, with a former dictator using the nation's funds to build nearly 200,000 bunkers for an invasion that never occurred. The newly elected democratic government in 1992 attracted 2/3 of the population to participate in a pyramid scheme supported by the government, which ultimately failed and led to the Civil War in 1997. Quite an unstable history, isn't it? Number 38, Georgia. Georgia is the most homophobic country in Europe, with 84% of the population stating that same-sex relationships among adults are always wrong and psychologically harmful. Furthermore, the average salary of the citizens remains low, the healthcare and education systems are impoverished, and its cities are among the most polluted on Earth, resulting in a low average life expectancy. Number 37, Montenegro. The most intriguing aspect of this small Balkan nation is that everyone is unusually tall, with an average height of over 6 feet. On the flip side, Montenegro is mostly known for its extremely aggressive drivers, rightfully described as crazy drivers. Additionally, according to TripAdvisor, the architecture of this country is quite unattractive, making tourists feel less drawn to it compared to other European countries. Number 36, Serbia. Serbia has been known for years as a hotspot for human trafficking, weapons, and other illegal goods. You'll find violence and poverty prevalent everywhere when visiting this country. Furthermore, the prolonged conflict with Kosovo has earned Serbia a high ranking in terms of poor performance. Another danger is the presence of unexploded mines and ammunition left over from the Kosovo War in 1999. Number 35, Bulgaria. Bulgaria is one of the most attractive countries in Europe. It's the only Slavic country that never joined Yugoslavia, and the Celtic alphabet was invented here. Additionally, it boasts some of the oldest archaeological sites in Europe outside of Greece and Italy. However, most schools here are quite poor, and the mortality rate is relatively high. While the GDP per capita isn't too bad, the country as a whole frequently experiences poverty. Number 34, Cyprus. This Mediterranean island nation is one of the hottest countries in Europe. Fortunately, it ranks low in organized crime. However, part of Cyprus has declared independence, and only Turkey recognizes this fact, so border conflicts still occasionally arise. Additionally, Cyprus doesn't directly participate in any major military operations. Number 33, Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is the world's largest exporter of uranium, combined with the 12th largest oil reserves on the planet, leading to stable economic growth and highly developed cities and transportation. Number 32, Turkey. Overall, Turkey is safe to visit, but it's still one of the most dangerous places in Europe. When visiting Turkey, staying near some larger cities is always better. Examples include Istanbul and Ankara. Furthermore, tourists should travel with an organized tour group for safety. By doing so, you'll reduce the risk of getting lost. Turkey is also grappling with the refugee crisis in Europe, leading to tension at its borders. Moreover, while the European part of Turkey accounts for 30% of the national GDP, despite occupying only 3% of the land area, most of Turkey's territory in Asia is extremely impoverished. Number 31, France. France is one of the 3 countries in Western Europe with the highest level of terrorism. In particular, the terrorist organization Jamaat Alabama Islam War Muslimin, established in 2017, has declared France as its primary enemy. Although this organization is not as large and well-known as ISIS or the Taliban, it still poses significant obstacles to France's security. France has a low murder rate, around 1.14 per 100,000 people. However, the organized crime rate here is higher than that of neighboring Western European countries due to the realities of human trafficking and drug trafficking. Number 30, Hungary. Hungary has received one of the largest development funds from the EU, but since then, its government has also been labeled as the most corrupt in the EU. Most assets are transferred to the Prime Minister's family and friends instead of being used to improve infrastructure or the country's economy. Additionally, Hungary has the highest value-added tax rate in the world at 27%, resulting in the worst inflation in Europe, with the country's currency losing 20% of its value each year. What do you think about this country? Feel free to comment below. Number 29, Greece. Have you ever visited Greece? Please comment if you have visited this country. Greece is still considered a very safe country for tourists, evidenced by its low murder rate. However, the state has to endure quite a few terrorist incidents. In 2022 alone, there were 35 attacks here. The advantage is that in nearly 10 years in this country, there hasn't been a single victim of terrorism. Number 28, Romania. While Hungary is a typical example of the quality of life of a country affected by corruption, Romania is the opposite, illustrating how a country can quickly change its situation. Formerly one of the poorest countries with a poverty rate of 42%, when it joined the EU in 2006, Romania has since had the fastest growing economy in Europe. Its GDP has been increasing significantly per capita for 20 years, reducing the poverty rate to just 10% today. Number 27, Latvia. Latvia is the country with more women than any other, and has prospered since the collapse of the Soviet Union. However, it remains the poorest and worst performing country in terms of corruption and inflation, combined with the second worst roads in Europe. Number 26, Slovenia. Slovenia is one of the greenest countries in Europe, and that's about it. There's nothing particularly noteworthy about this former Yugoslav republic, except that it's close to cooler countries. Its neighboring countries are Austria, Italy, Croatia, and Hungary. If you're the type who vacations to eat and sleep, then this is your destination. There's very little to do here, so you can sleep for days without feeling guilty or missing out on anything. Number 25, Slovakia. Slovakia has quietly improved its quality of life, largely due to producing the most cars per capita. It also boasts an extremely good education system and a reliable and free healthcare system. Number 24, Croatia. Any Game of Thrones fans here, please comment. I'm a huge fan of the series too. Since joining the EU in 2013 and with most of Game of Thrones being filmed in Croatia, tourism has doubled since 2014. But this has also led to increased prices, with the average cost of goods now higher. Number 23, Lithuania. If I lived in Lithuania, this video would be uploaded at least 8 minutes earlier because it has the fastest internet on Earth. This Baltic country is known for its vibrant cities, rich history, and lush forests. The cost of living is affordable, but it still offers residents a high quality of life with beautiful scenery and modern amenities. Number 22, Andorra. Andorra's ski slopes and tax-free shopping are the only reasons to visit this country. However, you could also go to Oregon for that, where the beer is better and marijuana is legal. Number 21, Poland. Poland is the geographical center of Europe and is home to many mouth-watering delights for tourists. Additionally, the country has many beautiful cities to explore. Number 20, Italy. Italy is a tale of two territories. While the northern part is very wealthy and developed, with a quality of life similar to the top 10 countries, the south is truly struggling with a GDP per capita less than half of the north and a poverty rate 3 times higher. Not to mention it also has a real issue with Rome being dubbed the dirtiest city in Europe. Number 19, Malta. After being called a nation by 10 different empires over the past 2,700 years, Malta finally gained independence in 1964. Since then, the country has established itself as a tourist paradise, thanks to its year-round warm climate, inspiring historical sites and world-class beaches. Additionally, it has become the gambling capital of the world, offering high salaries and the third lowest unemployment rate in Europe. Although it is the most Catholic country in Europe, Malta is also the most LGBTQ-friendly nation. Number 18. Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is so tiny that even its neighbor Switzerland often forgets it exists, occasionally invading the country unintentionally a few times. You could actually rent the entire country for a night. While nothing noteworthy has ever happened here, Liechtenstein boasts the second highest GDP per capita in the world and the third highest life expectancy. Number 17. Estonia. Estonia's capital, Tallinn, is less than a 3-hour train ride from Helsinki, Finland's capital. Although it may seem funny, countless Finnish tourists take this ferry just to buy cheap alcohol, highlighting why Estonia is the wealthiest Baltic nation in terms of commerce and investment. It is a modern society with free public transportation in the capital, Tallinn, and is known as one of the greenest societies in the world, combining modern amenities with natural beauty. Have you ever traveled to this country and would you like to visit here? Please comment your opinions below. Number 16. Spain. Spain might have the best work-life balance of any country. Not only does it mandate 30 days of paid vacation for employees and 14 paid public holidays by law, but many companies even close for 2 to 3 hours a day for a siesta. It also boasts fantastic weather, history and culture, along with some of the best food and drinks on earth. Number 15. United Kingdom. The wet, cold and gloomy weather of the United Kingdom is a metaphor for the current dreary state of the nation. The average quality of life has been steadily decreasing, and the economy has been stagnating for quite some time. However, the United Kingdom still ranks as the world's 6th largest economy and offers a free community healthcare system and excellent education. Number 14. Luxembourg. Luxembourg may be boring, but statistics don't lie, and its GDP per capita is the highest on Earth. However, Luxembourg is also extremely expensive, so when traveling, you're likely to experience a bit of sticker shock. If anyone has visited this country, please comment your thoughts. Number 13. Belgium. Belgium is a country bordered by the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Germany. The interesting fact is that Belgium has a province named Luxembourg, and just that province alone is 71% larger than Luxembourg itself. But similar to Luxembourg, Belgians are extremely wealthy. Nearly 34% of citizens own their homes, and the average wealth per adult is the third highest in the world. Number 12. Austria. From education to healthcare, economy to safety, everything in Austria ranks among the top 15 countries in Europe. Especially the people here are among the highest paid residents of any country. Additionally, Austria boasts breathtaking beauty, and Vienna is often ranked as the best city on earth. Number 11. Netherlands. The Netherlands is a proud nation with a culture friendly to the environment, excellent community healthcare services, and a strong social welfare system. However, the cost of living here can be higher, especially in bustling urban centers like Amsterdam. Dutch residents have the third highest net income after taxes compared to any country on this video's list. Number 10. Finland. Finland is renowned for its education systems, social welfare, and natural beauty. This Nordic country offers a peaceful and superb lifestyle. Although the cost of living is higher, the quality of life is reflected through excellent public services and high safety levels. The coastal capital, Helsinki, stands out with its prosperous design landscape and unique blend of classical and modern architecture, reflecting the country's spirit of innovation. Number 9. Germany. Germany is the economic powerhouse of Europe, recently surpassing Japan to become the world's third largest economy. While Germans work fewer hours than any other country because of their high level of education and efficiency, they make much more effective use of their time. After work, Germans have plenty of time to socialize and enjoy life. Number 8. Sweden. Sweden is perhaps the perfect balance between capitalism and socialism. It is the home of one of the best economies due to a high rate of entrepreneurship with low taxes and an extremely robust social safety net. So much so that the government even allows Swedes to take 6 months off to start their own businesses, with the assurance they can return to work if their idea fails. ranking the best European countries. Number 7, Switzerland. Nothing in life is free. And there's a reason Switzerland is so ridiculously safe. With the world's best healthcare system, public transportation, and extremely high net income after taxes. Of course, it's also the most expensive country in the world, but with breathtaking landscapes. Number 6, Denmark. Denmark might not have the best culinary museums or natural landscapes, but when it comes to essentials like high-paying jobs, cleanliness, safety, excellent healthcare, affordable education and housing, this is undeniably an extremely good country. Number 5, Ireland. Ireland has the highest GDP per capita at $145,000, 65% higher than Switzerland. This country has a unique economy, but it's also the fastest-growing nation with an annual GDP growth rate of 9.4%. The reason is that this is the home of Europe's most educated workforce and business-friendly tax cuts, leading nearly every major tech company to set up their headquarters here. Number 4, Norway. Norway is one of the cleanest green countries with 97% of waste recycled, 99% of energy from renewable sources, and more electric cars per capita than any other country. These are also the reasons why it has the third highest GDP per capita in the world. Additionally, this country is one of the largest oil exporters, which helps fund Norway's amazing social programs. Living here, you'll find it amazing, with 59 weeks of paid family leave, top-notch healthcare and education systems. Number 3, Czech Republic. This country is one of the least religious nations globally, with the third highest atheism rate. As part of the European Union economy, the Czech Republic uses its own currency, the Czech koruna, and has a stable economy. The Czech economy relies heavily on exports and services like high-tech engineering, electronics, automobiles, and machinery manufacturing, which account for 60% of their GDP. The industrial sector makes up the majority of their remaining economy, while agriculture only accounts for 2.5% of the national GDP and includes products like cereals, vegetable oils, and beer. Number 2, Portugal. In recent years, the number of foreign residents living in Portugal has increased, with over 780,000 people living there as of 2022. Famous for its beautiful Atlantic coastline, delicious cuisine, and sandy beaches, Portugal has a lot of interesting things for foreigners. Portugal is famous for its warm climate, beautiful seaside towns, and friendly locals. The lower cost of living doesn't come with lower quality, good healthcare services, and a relaxed lifestyle. The largest cities in Portugal, such as Lisbon and Porto, offer a high quality of life with modern amenities and an attractive international atmosphere, while maintaining better affordability compared to other similarly sized European cities. Number 1, Iceland. Who wants to visit Iceland for tourism? Let me know in the comments. Iceland is a small-scale example of how a non-corrupt country can operate amazingly. After being democratically run for over a millennium, every penny the government takes out goes back to help the people here. That's why this island tops the world in every statistic in the truest sense. Safest country with the safest city, best retirement program, and gender equality with the lowest poverty rate and highest average wealth. And above all, this might be the most beautiful country. So, if you get the chance, you should visit. So, we've ranked 50 European countries from worst to best. Which country impressed you the most, or do you want to change the ranking order? Remember to comment and let us know. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on our latest videos. See you in the next ones.